Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Have the lamp on because there's no chance I'm going to have dawn break during this because of stinking rotten daylight savings time. First day of fall 2020, September 21st, 2020. All right. 22nd. I'm sorry. I knew that was wrong as soon as I said it. The 22nd. I'm thinking one number and I'm saying another number. Okay, so we've got Caliber Premium Canadian. A smooth and mellow blend are master distillers. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Bottled by IWA Distilling Company Limited, Louisville, Kentucky. Simple label. There's a crown for the Dominion of Canada and two maple leaves for this, just, Canada. No back label. Wow. I ate grits this morning. I don't think grits make people sneeze. I dust the house, so I don't let dust build up. So I don't know what that was. All right. It's in this, they call this a travel bottle, this plastic travel bottle. You can now get Jack Daniels in these 750 milliliter travel bottles, Jim Beam, and other whiskeys, gins, rums, all kind of stuff. $5.96 at Walmart. You can get the 1,750 milliliter bottle for $10.99, $10.96, $10.99. So one of the cheapest liquor brands in America. I thought, it was introduced in 2004. I was thinking it's a Walmart brand. It's sold by Walmart. It is. I was looking at the trademark registration. They said registered to Walmart Apollo. That's what they call it legally. Walmart Apollo LLC. But I bought a big bottle at Rouse's. Well, Rouse's is not Walmart. I went to Savannah Discount. There's all kind of Caliber on the shelf. They're triple sec and schnapps, glass bottles too. So, hey, I can't explain it. I just know I was at different places that were not Walmart. There it was. So I saw this on the Iowa Liquor Control Board website, because in Iowa, it's one of those states where the government has all the liquor stores. And they had this listed. Iowa, the state of Iowa is not Walmart. Crown Royal Bourbon Mash, blended Canadian whiskey, introduced in 2018. First of the blender series. Be glad when they come out with the second one. All right. So, like I said, the distributor told me it was discode. That's what they say when they discontinue something. Discode. Okay, description. Showcases the warm vanilla and subtle oaky notes of our beloved corn heavy whiskeys. A class Blender's Mash. They like this word, showcase. Blender's Mash showcases a classic whiskey style, but with the famous smooth finish, allowing the whiskey to stand on its own. Nose, aromas of ripe apple and buttery toffee. See, on the nose, I'm picking up bourbon. Like, I don't pick up ripe apple and buttery toffee. On the nose, I pick up vanilla, charred oak. That's me. That's them. Palate, creamy vanilla, maybe. Dried orchard fruit. Allspice and toasted oak. Well, I'm no master taster because they getting stuff I would never pick up. Finish, sweet caramel and unmistakable smoothness of Crown Royal. I'll go along with the caramel. I'm just getting charred oak. Tastes like bourbon to me. Let's look at Caliber. There's no website, but you can look at it through Walmart's website. Canadian whiskey with natural flavors of some sort. Impress your guests. Listen to this right up. Impress your guests with your bartending skills using Caliber Premium Canadian whiskey. Well, at least they're focusing on mixing, not sipping it neat. But wait up. Just wait up. This smooth and mellow blend from our master distillers is made from premium grains, Grab a bottle to create your signature Irish Mule, Classic Manhattan, Whiskey Sour, Mint Julep, Irish coffee, or simply enjoy it neat or on the rocks. No quality liquor cabinet is complete without Caliber Premium Whiskey, Canadian whiskey. Yeah, how many people you think in America believe that? That no quality liquor cabinet is complete without Caliber? I'm not trying to down it. I'm not trying to make fun of it, but I'm just saying, do you know anybody who's thinking, I can't, I got to run to Walmart. I got people coming over. If they look at my liquor cabinet and they don't see Caliber, they're going to think bad of me. I don't have a liquor cabinet, by the way. I have some liquor shelves, sort of like a cabinet. So that's that. It is what it is. All right. I'm down to the bottom 10%, but after all, I only paid $5.96. Which was 96 cents more than I paid for the full 1,750 milliliter handle jug of it at Rouse's. But that's another story. That is another story. Crown Royal Bourbon Mash, $27.99, $27.99 all day long. Got one bottle left in my Thurns. I saw it yesterday. I will not be buying another bottle. I went through the half-size bottle that John Anille gave me. Thank you, John Anille. He got it for so cheap, $7.50. He got it for half price. Walmart is out. I checked Total Wine & More. I think they're out. I think. So it's like this is the last call. Last call for Bourbon Mash, or you're just not going to get to try it, I don't think. I was thinking about buying that Noble Collection rye, but I said, why do that? Because those come in and leave. They come in and leave. They had the Chardonnay, I think, one. I said, well, no, let me focus on the main, the main line Crown Royal things, because that's going to keep me busy forever anyhow. They got a built-in pour. You got to watch it. It was flowing out just now. And I want to do Crown Royals that more people can relate to. Good, perfect, even. Gold. Is it colored? It might be. It's pretty light, though. Gold. It's not straw, though. It's gold. What's the age? You know it ain't a second over 3 years. I mean, we don't know that for sure, but we assume it can't be over 3 years old. You know, they're doing everything the minimum for this. Now, this one's dark. Is it colored? I don't know. How old? Probably longer than 3 years, maybe 6 years. I don't know. No. Doesn't really taste young. But what do I know for aging? So yeah, I want to do Crown Royals that more people can relate to. I got the Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, you know, the mainstream one. Everybody can relate to that. Now the Bourbon Mash, that'll have a wide appeal. And don't say you're hustling for views. No, I'm not. I'm just, it's nicer to talk to more people about stuff than like one. I got the Reserve. No, what am I saying? The Black. 90 proof. That's coming next. Then I'm going to do the Northern Harvest Rye eventually. That's 90% rye. But that's going to be in the rye whiskey taste challenges, you know, with against Old Overhalt, Sazerac Rye, George Dickel Rye, Jack Daniels Rye, and so on. And then I guess we'll bring in the XO, Crown Royal XO, then the Reserve, and so on. I have tags, but I don't need them because as soon as I look, I'm going to see that the Crown Royal is darker. So the tags are redundant in this case, and I'm not going to need them. But now I do have a Canadian Crest coming up. Also introduced in 2004. After that, Windsor Canadian, introduced in 1880 from Alberta Alberta Premium Distillers. Alberta Premium Distillers, where they do all Alberta whiskey from that province. A province named after Princess Alberta from the House of Hanover. Well, yeah, okay, because really it's not Saxe Coburg and Gotha until the death of Queen Victoria. But, you know, Hanover, Marion, Saxe Coburg, and Gotha, which is the royal family today. Gotha, going by the assumed name of Windsor, the House of Windsor. That's a made up name. It's not the real name. Anyway, and then be Black Velvet. Haven't been too pleased with Black Velvet, I'm going to tell you right now. I'll be glad when that's gone. I will be glad when it's gone. And I will never buy it again. And I wasn't too impressed with the Black Velvet Reserve. Age, 8 years, like they make a big deal out of it. I say, that's all you got after 8 years, huh? Sad. Oh well, I don't play favorites. I call it like I see it. I tell all the people that do beer reviews with me, wine review, liquor, call it like you see it. Don't play games. And I wanted to like it. I was thinking, oh yeah, it's a legendary brand, been around since 1951, Black Velvet, yeah, but Well. Smells strong, bold. Trying to not knock the glass off the counter desk. Get some charred oak. Well, let's go over here. Okay, this is Caliber. Ha. That fast. Well, I knew already. Okay, I opened my eyes. Caliber, told you. Why did I say this is Caliber in a split second? Because it smells like it. And what does it smell like? Heavy corn, but not charred oak. Corn and the natural flavoring, which I don't know what it is, but I get a feeling that the natural flavoring is some one of these Sazerac white rums. Now you say Sazerac, you said IWA Distilling. Well, they're owned by Sazerac. It is Sazerac. It's all Sazerac, the founders company, the Legacy Distilling Company, IWA Distilling, Fleischmann's, Barton Brands. It's all the same. Sazerac, which is headquartered about 32 miles from me, right there on the corner of Magazine Street and Canal Street, New Orleans. And I think they're using white rum and some kind of sherry. And it's, to me, it's like they're using a very dry sherry. But I don't know. How would I know? The recipe's secret. They don't tell you anything. So Travis Childers says, what's up? Chilling, drinking the bud. Okay, so now we go with the taste. And that's it. My prediction, the Blender's Mash, Bourbon Mash, Blender's Mash, Bourbon Mash is going to win easily. Smells like Old Crow, which is a bourbon. You say, I read the law. The law says you cannot make bourbon outside the United States. That's right. Correct. Some people think it's got to be made in Kentucky. That is not correct. It started there, but it doesn't have to be made there. The law says the United States. Somebody was arguing with me in a grocery store once. The lady says, my sons love bourbon. She's an old lady. Elderly. Well, I'm heading toward elderly. Not there yet. Got a while. But, you know, time flies fast. So she said they love bourbon. I said, well, yeah, it's popular. And then she said, and it has to be made in Kentucky. I said, no, actually, it can be made anywhere in the United States. Well, she got hot, you know, like, well, I know what I'm talking about. And I said, well, you don't know. I wasn't going to back down. I wasn't ugly to her, but I wasn't backing down. I don't back down on these kind of things. If I'm wrong, I'll say, okay, I'm wrong, but I don't back down if I'm right. Charred oak, corn, charcoal, a little dried. I call it dried fruitcake fruit, like you get in the Mylar bags. I say these things all the time because they all taste like that. I mean, let's just face facts. It's a bourbon made in Canada. What is the mash bill I read? 62% corn, 32% or 34%, I think that's it, 34% rye whiskey and 4% malt whiskey, like in Scotland, single malt whiskey. I mean, that's a bourbon mash lineup. That's a bourbon lineup. It's charred oak. Bourbon whiskey is a corn whiskey. That's what bourbon whiskey is. It's corn liquor aged in charred oak for at least, well, to be bourbon, there is no age requirement. I know somebody's going to jump up and say, you're wrong, it's 2 years. No, that's for straight bourbon. All right. There's a lot of products that are sold. There are a lot of products sold that are just called bourbon. It won't say straight bourbon, and you'll notice that's different. But I bet you this is aged longer than 2 years. So like the article in Forbes magazine, is this Crown Royal's challenge to bourbon? They asked the question. The answer was yes. And they faced heat over it from the name. So they changed it to Blender's Mash. Now, you see, they'd have had it made in the shade if they'd have called it Crown Royal Bourbon Style Whiskey. Bourbon Style Whiskey. That'd have been it. They'd have had that in the bag. Because they're not saying it's bourbon. They say it's bourbon style. Just like they'll say Dortmunder style beer. Can't call it Dortmunder beer because that's got to come from Dortmund, Germany. You can say Dortmunder style. You got it in the bag. So, oh well. But whatever. It's still bourbon, you know. In everything but the legal technical sense. Typical Sazerac whiskey. I mean, Canadian whiskey. They have a house style. I mean, if you hate one, you're gonna hate the rest. Believe me. If you hate Canadian Leaf and Canadian Hunter, and you hate what's another big one from them? Canadian Limited. And if you hate Rich and Rare, that's it. You're gonna hate this. Do they all taste identical? I wouldn't say they taste identical, but they're eerily similar. No. I like it. To me, it's all right. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't taste like any kind of American whiskey. I never tasted American whiskey. It tastes strange like this. You know, but yeah, it's kind of sweet, candy-like, corn. It tastes like it's got some rye for spice. It does taste like it has a little single malt in it, but you know, like a little bit. And then those flavorings could be up to 9.9% flavorings. And it wouldn't shock me if they went up to the hilt of the limit. You know, I wouldn't be shocked. In fact, I would expect it. It's nowhere near the bourbon mash, though. Beerhound says, well, howsy doozy, Ronald Ruski. Hello, Z Bill Z from California Z. Okay. Thanks for watching. Just the bourbon mash is just more developed, more flavorful in a way, more premium. You say, well, Caliber says premium. Yeah, well, anything says premium. That's a meaningless marketing term. Some of the dregs of the beer world are called premium. You know, premium beer, and you taste it and you almost gag. Like Milwaukee's Special Reserve. Oh yeah, that's premium. Premium filth. And I'm an easy scorer. People say you score too high. Oh well, I don't believe I do, but you try. Go try. Go try Canadian. No, go try Milwaukee's Classic Ice or Milwaukee Special Reserve, and then tell me if I scored too high. I say it's terrible. You try it, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, you're right. It is horrible." And so is that Boxer Lager, right? Oh, nasty. Oh man, this thing is a winner all the way. I'm just so bowled over by the Blenders Mash, Bourbon Mash, Blenders Mash, Bourbon Mash. It's a true winner. It's worth every penny of $27.99. I'm not just whistling Dixie beer. um, it's really good. I don't know what else to say about it. Buy it. Go buy it. I mean, I'm glad I bought it. I'm delighted I bought it. It wins. It's worth the money. I mean, it's 6 times 4 is 24. So you're getting 4 times the cost. You know, it's going to cost you 4 times as much. Now, if you say, "Oh, I don't like spending a lot on whiskey. I'm a cheapskate. I don't spend a lot. I just want that 40%. As long as it doesn't make me rich, if it doesn't gag me, I'm down for it." Well, you better go on right on. Walk right on over to Walmart if you're in walking distance and buy some Caliber because it'll suit the bill. It'll suit you. It scores higher than its price point though. It's super budget. I mean, it's as cheap as they go. You ain't gonna get cheaper, but it's good. I mean, would I buy this or Canadian Hunt? I wouldn't buy any of the other ones over this because they all taste similar, and I'm just gonna go with the price. I wouldn't go to Total Wine and More and get Canadian Hunter or Canadian Lake. I never had Canadian Lake, but I know what it's gonna taste like. I'd buy this. I'd buy this. I'd buy this because it's the cheapest one. Now, what if somebody had one for $3.99 for that bottle? Well, then I would buy one that's $3.99. But considering I've never seen that, I wouldn't. I did see a store that had James Fox. There's one I forgot about. James Fox, $2.99 for half size bottle. So that's $5.98. Still 2 cents more. I mean, we're talking pennies. That's how close it is. Pennies. But nonetheless, I'd recommend it. I bought the Caliber rum, the Caribbean Silver rum. That is a bizarre product. It's not a bad tasting product. It's not spine tingling or disgusting or monstrous, but it's strange, bizarre, aberrant, unusual in every way. Still would recommend it. $5.96 a bottle. Shoot, I bought the big bottle. They had it for $9.96. $9.96 for 1,750 milliliters. Tastes like rock candy. Tastes like cotton candy. Now, some rum fans would laugh, ridicule it, justifiably so, and castigate it. I wouldn't oppose any of that, but it is good. I mean, you got to say, well, it's sugar. It's like drinking sugar, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, bottom line, does Crown Royal Blenders Mash taste anything like another Canadian whiskey, the Caliber Premium? No, it doesn't taste. Well, I mean, it has a corn under taste. They're both made with mostly corn and almost invariably yellow corn grits. Okay, that's the similarity, the polenta. That's what they call that. Otherwise, forget it. There ain't no similarities. So you can't confuse the two. Second point, is the Crown Royal Blenders Mash, Bourbon Mash, Blenders Mash a better product? I would say certainly it is. Without question. Without question. In this case, what you get is what you pay. You pay for what you get. Want cheap, get it, you got it. But you haven't lost anything. See, when you go cheap here, you haven't lost anything. Hey, why do you think Walmart sells truckloads of this stuff every week? Because people hate it? Is that what they do? They go to Walmart and say, man, I hate that stuff. I hate Caliber vodka. You know who makes Caliber vodka? You ever had Taka? Taka is one of the top selling vodkas in America. I didn't say it was good. I say it's top selling. Okay, if you have Taka, you can get the Caliber. Do a taste test. You'll notice something. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, they got the Caliber gin. Cheap. You say, oh, I drink Mims. Oh, get some Mims. Get some Caliber. Do a blind taste test, and then check back with me. You know what you're going to find out. Save the money. Save the money. No problem. No problem, man. No problem, man. Now, Crown Royal, live a little. Live a little. You know, don't be cheap all the time. Go spend a little money. I'm saying if you got the money, you understand. I always qualify with that. I'm an anti-debt guy, you know. Federal Reserve probably hates my guts. Don't borrow the money. I didn't say borrow the money. Pay cash. Pay cash. Always pay cash if able. Don't be in debt. But if you can afford it, buy 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 it. It is above its price point. It's $27.99. Tastes like it's about $30, $34, $35. You hit the ball out the ballpark, Crown Royal, Diageo, Crown Royal, Diageo. You did a great job. No complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Contra-wise, going low balling, you know, slumming it, as they say. It's a winner. It's a winner. In its proper context, you understand. All right, so that's it. So I might have to double up today. Yeah, I can see that happening. So check back later. I'll probably have a late morning taste challenge. So with Canadian Crest, which will basically be a repeat of what you just saw. So if you want to save some effort and time, don't watch it. I wouldn't be offended. But some people, they'll watch it, you know, because they just check in on stuff. And then we'll close out Thursday, God willing. Thursday we'll close out with oh wait, I forgot about Rich and Rare Reserve update. We got to do Rich and Rare Reserve, then the Windsor Canadian, then the Black Velvet. Oh yeah, Rich and Rare Reserve. Now that's one cheaper that could give Crown Royal a scare. They won't win. It's like a football game. They don't win, but they scared them. You know, like you say, they were scared. They were scared, you know. They were looking at overtime, and they did not want to go into overtime against that team. They won, but they were scared. That's how this is going to work out. They're going to be scared. But Rich and Rare Reserve Thursday morning, Dawn Busters, I'm excited about that one. It's not going to win, but it's going to battle. And that's what's fun, to watch them battle, watch them, you know, really fight. So thanks for watching this video production. That's it, 30 minutes almost. And on to other things.